starts with a really strong armbar, and the stunt person sold that really, really well. Now, I liked this clip, but in order to figure out what your character's objective is.
That's what I'm like.
Enola is taking down Mr. Bowler Hat Man. Hey friends! John here, and welcome to The Martial Actor. Today I, a black belt, will be reacting to The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. These are all clips from episode 3 titled Power Broker. If you want to see clips from episode 1 or 2, check out the links in my description below. If you like what you see, do me a favor and hit the like, subscribe, and bell. It really helps out the channel. And let's dive right in.
The weakest point in any system isn't the software, the hardware, it's the meatware, the human element. Now, in this lockup, it's 9-to-1, prisoners to guards. And if
this is a fun little heist breakout kind of bit that they do. It's very Italian Job, very kind of what the Fast and Furious franchise has turned into. So I like that they kind of snuck this in.
Many reasons.
That was a good head slam, and then that was a really strong hook, and then he kind of crawls over the table. I like how you can see the guy's lower back chat, like, randomly, and I wanted to see more of this, like, big jail fight. Sadly, we don't get to see any more than that. But Daniel Bull does get this cool gun technique right here, so his technique is technically correct, but he moved kind of slow. In order for that move to actually work on someone who's holding a revolver against you, you have to move very quickly, because if you even give them a fraction of a second, that could be the difference between life and death for you. And yeah, I was hoping we'd see more fist fighting in this like heist jailbreak sequence. Sadly, that's all we get to see, but there is more in this episode, so let's jump forward to that.
Do you know him? Only by reputation.
In Madripoor, he's judge, jury, and executioner.
After busting out of jail, Zemo has taken Bucky and Sam to Madripoor, which is a fictional Marvel city, and they're looking for the super soldier serum, and they are trying to find a dude named the Power Broker in order to track it down. So we're in this bar, and Bucky has to pretend to be the Winter Soldier again. He starts with a really strong armbar, and the stunt person sold that really, really well. Now, I liked this clip, but it's all, like, the shots are all happening so quickly that you can't really see the choreo that well, which is really a shame because that uppercut looks so good. I would have loved to see it more clearly instead of just in the, like, you know, a third of a second that shot was. But as quickly as it starts, it ends. And so it makes sense that they don't want to have Bucky indulge too much in the Winter Soldier persona because it's a regression for him. And you can see that Sam is worried about his well-being, even though he's just pretending, so I get why they wanted to keep that short.
You good? You seem like a pretty smart guy, so you better become conversational real quick.
How about a counter proposal?
Moving forward, Zemo, Sam, and Bucky have tracked the Power Broker's, like, scientist that is making the super soldier serum. And Sharon Carter shows up, and I love her character, and I was so stoked to see that she was back in this show. She gets this really great pipe choreo, and this is all her stunt double, but this is all really dynamic, and I love these aerial shots. It looks really great. That was a really strong pick, and the pacing in this fight is really strong because they're juxtaposing these fight sequences with Sharon and all these bounty hunters with Falcon and Bucky and the scientist, and it works really well. So this is a really fun sequence right here. She gets this really great knife technique, controls the knife, takes him down, which is really great, and then they get a Texas switch right here where they switch her with her stunt double. This is Emily VanCamp's stunt double, and she gets thrown up against the wall. You can see she does a really great job of hiding her face right there, and then they get a sneak cut right there with the guy's leg and get her back in there, which is great. This is a textbook armbar right here that looks really great.
I was brought in. Not my pig, not my farm.
That was a great left cross. And this is the beginning of the one shot, which I want to point out. But this shot specifically surprised me because Sharon Carter is being way more lethal than I remember her being. I mean, she's been on the run and a fugitive for the past like 5 years, so it kind of makes sense. But yeah, and then I like this one shot. It didn't have a ton of hand-to-hand combat, but there was still a lot of movement, which is still hard choreo to do, so good on her. I gotta be honest, this was probably my least favorite episode thus far, and it's because it was just a lot of plot-based exposition. They just basically found out some new information, used that information to go to a new place, gathered more information there, and then went to a new place, and that happened like 3 or 4 times in the episode. So yeah, there wasn't a ton of character, there wasn't a ton of like meaty vulnerability. I do think Emily VanCamp saved the episode. I think that, you know, seeing Sharon back and seeing her fight was probably the most interesting thing to me in the episode. But yeah, the way that they ended it, I don't know if we're gonna see more of her or not. I hope we do, because I like Emily VanCamp and I really like Sharon Carter. Again, I think she's a super interesting character. So I would love to see more of her relationship develop with characters that are not Captain America. So building a relationship with Falcon, building a relationship with Bucky, like both of those are super interesting to me. And so yeah, I hope we get to see more of that. Keep an eye out for episode 4 next week, and that's all I've got for you today. So take care of yourself, take care of each other, and I'll see you next time.